How's everyone doing today? It's Christian Black with the Christian Black team, Century 21 Platinum Properties in Clarksville, Tennessee. We've got the State of the Union address tonight, so I thought it'd be fun to do a State of the Market address for the Montgomery County real estate for February 2023. So starting off here, we're going to look at January sales for 2023 last month. 278 sales, and I'm comparing those to 2017, 2018, and 2019, as you can see. I'm throwing out the COVID years, I call them. They're just outliers and they're not typical to our market. And I'm trying to figure out where our market's going. So they're not really helping me predict that. I mean, just for example, the January 2022 numbers just the month of January was 509 sales. 2021 January sales were 455 sales. And those are just not typical for our market. So looking at these years, 2018, 2019 were solid. 2017, we're getting out of the recession kind of years. Inventory still ticking down, but 2018, 2019 going into pre-COVID were solid years. And so to be at 278 for January, coming out of what we've experienced this last 6 months, I think is pretty good numbers to start out the year. Inventory, like I said, 2017, we're getting out of that recession. 1,800 homes plus on the market. It was like the highest that we'd ever seen it in my 20 years. And Nashville started turning the corner, and that kind of spilled over into our market. Going into the next few years, it ticked down, and then, the market just got crushed with buyer activity in 2020, 2021, 2022. First half, we're down to less than 300 homes on the market, which is crazy. Like less than 10 days worth of inventory. And I think a balanced market is supposed to be 6 months of inventory. So that's when we were experiencing the appraisal gaps, houses selling for well over what they were listed for, buyers not getting any concessions, 3 hours on the market, 20 offers, that kind of thing. And so then, of course, the interest rates jumped up, from the high threes to the low sevens. That's going to change any market. And so that's what we've been dealing with the last 6 months or so. Been watching that inventory come up just to see where it's going to land. And looked like December, it kind of peaked in that 1150, 1180 range. And then the first, it's kind of slow November, December, typically holiday time, coupled with the interest rates being so high. I was not surprised. Just wondering when we were going to kind of shake loose out of this. And kind of the second week of January, it really started popping. Second week of January, started noticing it myself. And then also hearing some other realtors say the same thing, reading some other markets that are starting to experience some multiple offers. We've experienced some multiple offers, but that's not typical of the broad market. That's price point and location specific. But just a couple weeks ago, we were at 995 homes, and then today checking, we were at 885 homes. So coming down on the inventory is a little quicker than I thought. I thought maybe we'd be into maybe towards the end of March or early April. I think maybe some of this is new construction not being replaced by the builders because they're working through their inventory and they're not gung ho about going and starting 10 new homes because of what they just went through, which was just a 180 on the market due to the Fed and all the borrowing costs changing. So now we're looking at median home prices. They peaked in June of last year at 329,000. They're down to 286,000, which is not surprising. Like I said, the last couple of years were just crazy. We had a lot of artificial appreciation, which expected to come back down to earth, just like we've experienced in prior markets in other parts of the country. So I kind of felt like we were about 10 to 12% overpriced, 10 to 15% maybe, and we've come down about 13% so far. And so kind of the 280 range is where I expected us to kind of trough at and then start picking back up with our typical 2 to 5% appreciation, which is what our market has gotten since I've been doing it for 20 years. But as you can see, this saves the buyers about $250 a month from what they were at the current interest rate, what they were experiencing at the 329 median home price. So That's a good savings for the buyers that are on the fence there, $250. And then you couple that with another $300 for a total of $550 with the interest rates that are coming down. So we peaked kind of in the low sevens, and the current rate sheets that I'm seeing are in the low to mid fives. I've seen some 4.99, and that's a 740 plus credit score, but it's also with 0 points. So if you've got the seller paying any points or you're paying points, you can get those rates down even lower. But as you can see, a lot of those buyers got put on the fence with, record high prices coupled with the interest rate being, in the low sevens. And I think some of those buyers are coming off the fence now because, like you can see, this is a $300,000 house and they're saving $550 from where we were at, just 5 or 6 months ago. One of the last things I want to just mention is, real estate's always local. You hear national news; those don't really apply to your local market. I mean, you can be in a bad local market or a good local market, and I think we're in a good local market. Our state economy is strong. We've got the no state income tax. We're right here by Nashville. Nashville's booming. Our local economy's strong. F&M Bank Arena's opening up. Shelby's Trio downtown. The DoubleTree rebranding from the Riverview Inn and everything in between. I really think our downtown area is gonna hit a lot of national spotlight with the transformation that's going on down there, and that's just something we can expect in the near future. We've got the LG Chem announcement, which is in Clarksville, and it's the largest foreign direct investment in the state of Tennessee history. They're going to be having some higher paying jobs. You know Places like Buc-ee's coming for better or for worse, whether you like it or not. They're bringing some high. If you look at their pay scale, they're paying some high dollar wages for what it is, and for what our market is. And so it's good to see some of those higher dollar jobs coming to our area. I've got Oracle on here in Nashville. They're blowing and going up in Germantown right now, building that facility. That's supposed to be 8,000 jobs in the $100,000 range income. That's a good paycheck, but you're probably not buying in Nashville with that money unless you've got some supplemental income or dual income going on. You're probably buying in Clarksville or Hendersonville or Murfreesboro or Spring Hill. So 8,000 jobs, we can expect a pretty good shot in the arm, I think, from the Oracle opening in whenever that is in the next couple of years. And going back to the LG Chem, I think we'll start to see some of that impact even as soon as late summer when the construction is going on. A lot of those construction workers, like we saw with Hemlock, they'll come in here and they'll rent stuff out. It's not going to be on the same scale as Hemlock, but it'll still have a ripple impact or a ripple effect with the construction workers renting the stuff out and then not having rentals. And then some of those military buyers that are coming in that might have been renters are now buying because they can't find what they want to rent. So a lot of impacts in those different areas. And then, of course, we have Fort Campbell. It's kind of always been the heartbeat of our community. And, they're coming and going. PCS season is, about a month and a half away. Buyers coming in, sellers leaving. Always a good, strong turnover with Fort Campbell. So going forward, I expect us to get back to the normal 2 to 5% appreciation that I was explaining earlier. Typically when someone's coming to our market, if they're going to be here for 18 months or less, I don't encourage them to buy, just because there's a chance they might not break even. But if you're going to be here 2 years or longer, I usually encourage them to buy. The appreciation coupled with the principal reduction, usually you're walking away with money at the 2 year mark. And real estate's, it's not a short-term play. It's a mid to long-term play. So the longer you hold it, the more money you're walking away with, typically. But that's kind of the name of the game. You keep it for a couple of years and then you put that money in your pocket, take it to your next duty station, or if you're a move-up buyer, you put that on the next house you buy and get that price point down or that payment down a little bit. And Tennessee's still a top destination, like we talked about. They're no income tax state. A lot of the retirees moving here from the high tax states, high cost of living states like California, New York, New Jersey, Illinois. I think we'll continue to see that trend as we go forward in Tennessee. And like I said, Clarksville is a desirable place to live. For better, for worse. You complain about the traffic or whatever you want to complain about, but all in all, I think we've got a good city council, county commission, planning commission that are proactive. They're working on these things. They're growing pains, and it's good to have growing pains versus the alternative, which would be, going in a negative direction with a city. And so, I think we're fortunate to live where we're at and look forward to, how this market shakes out in the next year or so. So, in closing, I'll just say if anybody wants to share this with anyone, they're more than welcome to. If you're a buyer and looking to buy in the spring market, give us a shout. We can connect you with some of our local lenders and keep you abreast of the rates as we go forward. If you're a seller, obviously we're always here for questions. We're happy to do a free market analysis on your property, and also just come out and visit the property, take a look at it, hook you up with our vendors, landscaping, paint, whatever needs to be done to get it to stand out against the competition, to get you top dollar and to get it sold in the quickest amount of time possible. So give us a shout. We're happy to talk. Social media, message us, give us a call. We'll go get a cup of coffee with you or whatever. Y'all have a good day and look forward to talking to you soon.